In 2014, Miller's Shadow of Mordor was one of the most critically praised games of the year, so it's a no-brainer that Monolith Productions made a sequel to the game titled Middle-earth's Shadow of War. How does Monolith's second journey into Middle-earth fare to the original game and the other big games of 2017? The first game wasn't really praised for its story, and while it's somewhat better in Shadow of War, it's not a big highlight. Characters are switched out for new ones, but basically have the roles that were prominent in the first one. However, the game's two main characters, Italian and Celebrimbor, are still great to follow along. The best part of the main game, once again, is the Nemesis system. Monolith has expanded the revolutionary system so that the player can affect the orc hierarchy in more different ways. One of these ways is through sieges. This is where you attack the main fortress in one of the four main areas in the game with your army of orcs, try to take down the overlord and capture the fort. The sieges are overall fun and epic and helps motivate players into hunting down or recruiting new orcs. The most controversial thing added to the game was that of microtransactions. While I in no way support these, they can be easily avoided and not needed, even in the grind-heavy Act 4. All in all, like the first game, it's the orcs that steal the show in this game.
Bygone age, my army marched on Mordor. We buried our honored dead in barrows like this one.
The Batman Arkham Assassin's Creed style of combat returns from the first game, but even more refined. The game goes from pure action-adventure in Shadow of Mordor to having some RPG elements in Shadow of War. This includes leveling up in a much more improved skill tree that makes each level count. These upgrades give Talion abilities that are brand new and pretty addicting to use against your enemies. The game also adds drop loot that gives you new weapons and armor. Using the abilities that come with your weapons wisely becomes integral later in the game as orcs become weak or strong against certain attributes. It's all a well-made machine that makes killing each orc as enjoyable as the last. In a year full of games with gorgeous graphics, Shadow of War joins the ranks with some of the more polished visuals of the year. The animation during combat is one of the more fluid I've ever seen in a game. The sound design and soundtrack are superb and fit everywhere, whether it's the sound of swords clashing or the epic music that played during epic battles. Even the design of the worlds and maps you play on and the orcs are great and never get old. This all makes Shadow of War one of the best technical achievements of the year. Shadow of War is full of improvements over the previous game in almost every category. The Nemesis system is still revolutionary in today's major video games, and it fuels a game that is so big and impressive from start to finish.
Gather your troops.
Will do. Just make sure you let me pop his heads off, won't ya?